Hey guys, this is your Ram and welcome to our Azure Learning YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna see the tutorial how we can import a local CSV into the Azure SQL. But here the main part is we're gonna simplify the step with Azure Data Studio. Okay, so before to um, migrate the data from local machine to DB, first we should create a DB, right? So for that, first I'll create a DB into Azure. You can create any SQL server. It can be SQL or MS SQL. Sorry, it can be an MS SQL or MySQL or Postgre. Okay, it can be any DB. We can migrate it. Okay, so we are not actually we are literally importing the data into SQL database. Okay, so this is what our subscription. I'm using the free trial subscription. So now I'm just creating the DB. So before that, I'm defining the resource group name. Resource group name is test RG, and I'm just giving the name, and the name is Ram SQL. Oh, this one took by someone. So Ram SQL 1, or also Ram SQL Server I'm using. And it's going to be in Central India because I don't have a limitation into the East to West. So I'm just creating it into Central India. Oh, this name is used by someone. Okay, I'm going with the previous one. So here I'm just giving the credential. See, many ways are there to authenticate the database, but here I'm just taking only the general SQL authentication. So root admin, and I'm just giving the password. The password, one sec. I'm just giving one password. Yeah. Let's go to the networking. In this networking, the allow service resource to access. I'm not going to allow anything. And security. System manager identity, I'm not going to enable here because my database is not going to access anything. So system manager identity is not required for now. And transparent data encryption, this we can leave as it is. And Microsoft Defender SQL. If you're supposed to add, you can add it. But in our case, for this demo, this is not required. So just keep this and tags. Here, if you're supposed to add any description, you can add it here. Okay. So it's checking all your configuration. Okay, so now we can initiate the creation. Generally, if you are creating any database, it would take minimum 5 minutes because it's literally a platform as a service. So this would take that much time. So, okay, see, it's loading. We'll wait for it. So the deployment is in progress. Okay. So meantime, we can download the Azure Data Store. So you can go here and you can download Data Studio. See, but the main thing is I already configured that Azure Data Store. Sorry, Data Studio. Okay, if you're supposed to download, just go and type Azure Data Studio. You could see the download option. Just hit this one. And if you're gonna scroll here, you could see the various uh, APK files, Windows, Mac, Linux. So if you are using Windows, you can go with any one of this way. User installer, system installer, zip, widget, and then unattended install. You can try anyone, anything is fine. Okay, user installer, just if you're hitting this, one APK, one exe file it would download. And generally you are installing one application, right? Like you can install this also. Okay, but I'm not going to install this. We already had, so I'm just skipping this. Okay, and then our DB is under the creation. Now our DB got created. Okay, so you can have any CSV data. See, for example, if you don't have any CSV data to practice this, you can download CSV data from internet. For example, sample dataset, Kaggle. Okay, actually, Kaggle is the site there you can get more real-time data sets. People are using that to uh, get the prediction algorithm. Prog. What they are literally doing here is here many data sets they are providing. Using these data sets, they are doing many predictions and many regression. Uh, like many things they are doing with that AI, sorry, ML, machine learning. So if you're supposed to get the big data, you can get it. I already downloaded one data set from this Kaggle site. Let me show you. If you go to the downloads, there you could see the folder. See, student social media addiction. So I'm just showing you. You could see student ID and their age and their gender and academic level. Okay, undergraduate or graduated, and they are in school. That is in this column, and their location and average daily hours of usage, and what they are using, mostly used platform, and sleeping hours, and mental health score, and then the relationship status, and then conflicts over social media, addicted score. Like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so literally 12 columns there. Okay, I think around 700 records would be, I think. I'm not sure. 706, 705 records are there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to completely import this into my Azure SQL DB. Okay, there I'm going to create the table and all the data it'll get. Okay, so this is the data set. Generally, if you are uploading this, if you are doing the import, you should not open your CSV file into that Excel because that file will not allow to do the import. So what you supposed to do is you need to close this. Okay, I'm not going to save. I'm not going to save this, so I'm just canceling this. Okay, now we are having this student social media addiction. Just go to the database. Sorry, not this one. Hmm. Just go to the database. So RAM SQL 1, this is our database name. First, we need to connect with our database. So I'm just copying the endpoint and I'm just connecting with SSMS. SSMS is the remote tool to access the database, SQL database, SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. This you can install from the internet. I'm just opening this. If you don't having this application, I'm giving this SSMS and Azure Data Studio, both download link in our YouTube video description. Okay, that itself you can get it. Okay, so now the SSMS is opening. This is my endpoint. Using this endpoint only, we can access our server. Okay, so now we can connect with our database. This is my username, and your authentication type should be SQL Server authentication. Okay, if you having your SQL server in your local machine itself, then you can go with Windows authentication. But here we supposed to give this SQL server authentication. Okay, so username is root admin, and I'm just giving my DB password. Okay, here it is not allowing. Generally, if we are creating the database, it won't allow our IPs request. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow my IP request. See here I added my IP into my firewall. If any request it gonna receive from this IP, it will allow. Okay. So let's update this one. Okay, the firewall rule is updated. Now we can go to the SQL. Just initiate the connect again. Oh, sorry, there is an mm, root admin. See, now it connected. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to create a new database here, RAM DB. You can give any name. Okay, this is my database server. Inside the database server, I'm creating the database. Okay, let's hit OK. Hmm. Not only this way, if you supposed to create a database into your Azure portal itself, you can go here. But not you, but in this page, in this slide, you could see only SQL databases. The available database which you having in your DB server, you can list it here. If you supposed to create a database inside a SQL server, you should search for SQL database. See, you need to go with this option. Um, okay. So here the executions are happening. So we can be in this console. Generally, this would take around 2 to 3 minutes. So meanwhile, if you're supposed to create a database, you can go to the SQL server, sorry, SQL database. So create a database, test.rg and mydb, mydb test, and you have to give the SQL server which you having, and you can select the workload type. It can be development or production. Okay. So in our case, we are just doing the testing, right? So we are not going to perform a huge thing. So you can leave with this development and backup redundancy. I'm not going with geo redundancy, so we can leave with local redundant backup storage. Add your client IP address. Okay, I'm not going to add any client IP address to access this database, so we can leave this option and go to the security. Yeah, this defender usages, this all we can skip as it is. Um, okay. See, here also we are into the DB creation. Here also we can create it. Okay, if I created the DB here, you could see the database, the created database into this interface also. Okay, so now we created the RAM DB. I'm having the Excel file. Now I'm going to import that Excel file into this RAM DB. Okay, so let's do now. Um, so just go to the Azure Data Studio. Hmm. Okay, so now we are into the Visual Studio. Sorry, now we are into the uh, Azure Data Studio. So the main thing is here you need to install one extension which is Azure SQL import. Actually, it's loading. Hmm. SQL Server import. This extension we need to install. Okay, this one I already configured so that it's showing uninstall or disable. But in your case, you need to install it here. And then just go to your connection. Here, I'm just going to add a new connection. So this is my server endpoint and not a Windows authentication. I'm just giving the username. Username is root admin. And this is the password. And database encrypt, this all, not required. Just go and hit connect. See, now the database comes into the available service. So what I'm going to do is just do right click. Here you could see import wizard. Okay, so here we need to select the database. So my DB test. How it is appearing here? Because here we created my DB test. Okay, you can take any one of the database which you created. So I'm just taking this RAM RD. And here we need to define the file. See, this is the table name. I'm just copying this. This is my table name. And if you're supposed to change something here, you can update it. Student social media addiction, like. Okay, just go to next. See, the first 50 record, it would show what are all the values you are having, what are all the columns you are having. It would show. Okay. And then next, you could see the describe things. Describe things in the sense, the data type of the columns. If you're supposed to change any data types, you can update here. In varchar to big int or something, you can update here. And now we can do the import data. See, you have successfully insert the data into a table. The table name is student social media addiction. Okay, let's go and check it in this SSMS. Just do right click. I'm just opening the new query. In this query file, I'm just giving select star from the table name. What is the table name? Student, this one, right? So I'm just copying this. Okay, just hit semicolon. Okay, we can execute it now. You could see all the records which we having in the CSV file, all records got imported. All 700 records, 705 records got imported. Okay, so this is the way. In some cases, if you are trying to upload Boolean values, in the sense that value it won't accept. So in that case, what you can do is you can try instead of yes or no, you can go with one or zero, or else you can change the column data type. Okay, while the upload. Okay, so if you go here, you can see this option, right? For example, if any one of the data type is not supporting, you can change the type into nchar, varchar or anything. Okay. So this is the way, guys, in this Azure Data Studio. Many ways are there to achieve this. Okay, but this is the simplest way. Okay. So that's it, guys, in this video. In the next part, in the next video, I'll come up with the interesting topic. Until then, signing off from, thank you all. Bye-bye.